there's one thing about this RLAARLO that's been bugging me ever since I've got it, is the left side steering wheel and the right side servo. The panhard bar all goes from the right side down. I'm going to attempt to flip that and give it a drive, if possible, in this video. Let's go find out. See that? Driver's side steering wheel and passenger side servo. The chassis panhard bolts in right here. Well, both chassis sides are the same. The C-hubs are removable. So I'm hoping I can just simply swap them around and hopefully they'll line up. I gotta remove the back. And this wire right here runs all the way to the front, to the back, right to this plug right here. And this wire just seems to run right to the receiver box. So that's what I'm gonna pop open and take that loose, and then take some bolts out and remove the body so I don't have to deal with. And with that out of the way, I can really work on this thing now. That wire actually went into right there, like the third one from this side. Wow. Look at the steering angle on that thing. Got to take the bumper and all loose because this has to spread to allow that to drop down. Now this is kind of an important thing here. So I'm hoping looks like it'll work like this right here, because this is how it's got to go back in. Before I put that back in though, I got to check these C-hubs and all that. So kind of having a mess here. I was a bit worried about these being clocked, but it doesn't appear to be that way. So there we go with that one, which will have to go over here. And this right here. Okay, there's a little bit of an offset to this. Now the way this was, it was like this, so that's also at an angle right there. Well, we are about to find out. This fit, we may have a clearance issue. And that issue is with the shock. Yep, we got a little bit of a clearance issue right there. With the panhard bar mocked up in there, it looks like it's going to clear everything there. However, you see that side's going down, this side is not, because this is actually binding. And I don't think it would make a bit of difference if I flip this around, but I'm going to try it. And no, that is not going to make a difference. So to make this work, I've got to do a little bit of trimming on this right here. I finally got clearance, and it took a combination of a few things, like a little bit of shaving on the back of the panhard mount, a little bit of shaving on the spring cup, and I adjusted that top link out a little bit, which took a little bit of the caster out of it, but it still actually got enough caster, should be perfectly fine. I had to move the front shocks to the rearmost hole. That gave me the clearance I needed. If that's a little bit too ugly for you, you can put stuff in there, right? But that goes back into the chassis and hopefully everything will clear. So this is back in place and it kind of hits the frame. I may have to do a little bit of trimming right there on the top of the horn, but it's close enough we can make this work. You're not going to believe it, but I think it's going to work. Now, everything clears. I got to get that little bit of adjustment right there taken care of. May not need to, I don't know yet. Everything. When I lengthened the top bar, okay, it kind of tilted it like this, which also brought the drive shaft up a little bit. So now we've got a clearance on the transmission at full droop. However, what I'm looking at is this right here. I might can flip that drive shaft. Let's try that. It worked. Look at that. I got total clearance. Everything compresses perfectly now. Yeah. Woo! That is awesome. That is just awesome. And we now have full steering. All the way that way and all the way that way. You could get a different offset horn to kind of bring it down, but this horn right here is longer than the ones that I generally have in stock. So I just shaved this one down a little bit, but I've got chassis clearance. I got full steering. This is turning out to be awesome. And for the next part, I'm just simply going to put all the bumper stuff and all that back together. Now, you're probably asking yourself, is this going to make my truck any more capable? Nope, it sure isn't. Not even a little bit. That big servo will. That Castle ESC over there will. That stock motor is really good, by the way. But I'm going to get all this done and show you guys the final result. And here we go. Everything is in and ready. Now, keep in mind that this 1100 servo is only running on 6 volts. I got this used BEC from Sean Larman, Jack's RC Recycle and Repair. Hopefully it still works. But I'm going to program that thing and bring it up to about, I don't know, 8.5 volts. Let's get outside. Okay, let's give this thing this drive. Now this is 4S, by the way. I think 4S is the way to go. This is second gear. It's got enough to jog behind it. It's got plenty what it needs to do. There's your first gear, which actually can pop a little bit of a wheelie now on the rocks, which it didn't before. But second gear. I'm also in two-wheel drive too. Look at that. Now, as I mentioned, nope, it's not going to help it crawl. But man, I mean, I'm not a big scale guy, but it was still kind of annoying. Oh, I don't want to flip it here. Oh, don't want to flip it. Don't want to flip it. I wasn't in my usual position. So I let that front end drop down over here. Get that back to pull up. There we go. There we go. I'm definitely a little bit more to the right than I am normally, but we are there. That body is really heavy. I mean, kind of obvious with all the stuff on there, right? So with that being the case, I'm kind of wondering just what it could do without the heavy body on it. Front tires are doing pretty good. I like what I'm seeing there. All right. Let me see. Push right up onto that. Nice. Ooh, look at that pull. Good pull. Ooh, I like the compression there. Working out good. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to talk about that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Okay, I think we're good now. This was a successful flip. So did it make it any better off-road? No, I told you that on the table. It's not any better at all, but to me, it's a little bit more scale. Remember years ago, I had a Marlin crawler and that thing had the same servo on the wrong side. I did a whole transmission move, all kinds of stuff to correct that one. I correct this one too. So hopefully you guys enjoy it because it needed to happen. It was just kind of irking me. Every time I pulled the lid off, I was like, oh, just cut me. Ooh. But anyway, had to get it done. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Link it up down below. Use those links. Hit that subscribe. Ring that bell. I want you guys to go out and make today yours for real. Go get it.
If you're still watching, you are top shelf. You are the cream of the crop, the pick of the litter. You are phenomenal. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. Now, down below, there are links for the products you see. Also for channel memberships, if you guys want to be a part. Channel members get early viewing on pretty much everything that I can. So guys, check that description. There's a lot of info down there. Thank you all for watching.